In this video, we're going to explore how to render lists from arrays in React. Specifically, we'll focus on using the map function to dynamically render lists of components. This is a fundamental concept for building dynamic user interfaces, so let's dive in. Before rendering a list, let's see some sample array data. Here we have a constant variable named users. This array contains 3 objects, each representing a user. Each user object has 3 properties: ID, name, and email. The ID is a number, while the name and email are strings. This type of structured data is very common when working with lists in React. The map method is used to transform each element in the original array into a new element within a new array. Here's how it works. You start with an array. In our case, it is an array of users. You then use the map method to iterate over each user, transforming each user object into a user interface component. The final result is a list of user interface components that are rendered on the screen. Here's the basic syntax for using the map function to render a list of components. We start with the array users, followed by the map method. Inside the parentheses, we define a callback function. This function takes a single user as an argument, representing each item in the array. For each user, we return a div element. Inside the div, we display the user's name in an h3 heading and their email in a paragraph. Importantly, we add a unique key prop to the div element, using the user's ID. We'll talk more about the key prop on the next slide. The entire expression is wrapped in curly braces to embed it within the JSX. The key prop is crucial when rendering lists in React. Each element in a list must have a unique key prop. The key prop helps React identify which items have changed, been added, or been removed. This is essential for React to efficiently update the DOM when the list changes. Using unique and stable identifiers as keys optimizes React's rendering process. Without keys, React may re-render the entire list unnecessarily, leading to performance issues. Let's look at a complete example of how to use the map function to render a list of users. We define a function component called userList. Inside the component, we return a div element that contains an h2 heading, users. Then we use the map function on the users array to iterate over each user. For each user, we return a div element with a unique key set to the user ID. Inside each div, we display the user's name in an h3 heading and their email in a paragraph tag. This code snippet demonstrates how to render a dynamic list of user components using the map function in React. To create reusable components, consider extracting the user card into its own component. In this code snippet, instead of rendering the HTML elements directly inside the map function, we're rendering a user card component. The user card component receives the key, name, and email as props. This makes the code more modular and easier to maintain. Each user card can be reused throughout the application. To wrap up, let's go over some best practices when rendering lists in React. First, always use keys. Use unique, stable identifiers as keys to help React identify changes efficiently. Second, avoid using array indexes as keys unless absolutely necessary. Array indexes can change when the list is reordered, leading to unexpected behavior. Third, extract components for complex items. This makes the code more readable, maintainable, and reusable. Fourth, keep the logic inside the map function simple. Avoid complex calculations or conditional rendering inside the map function to keep the code clean and easy to understand. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.